about the power of consistency. So, Joseph, the stage is yours.
Alright guys, well thanks for coming out today. My topic for today is the power of consistency, how through being consistent through daily activities you can really achieve big things. And really fast, before jumping into the core, what is actually being consistent? Well, the way I define consistency is really working on a daily basis towards long-term goals through short and long-term actions, daily steps, and extreme discipline. So, consistency, before I actually start understanding the concept, there's two main key points and two main things you have to master and you have to have in your state of mind in order to be consistent at something. And the first thing I want to talk about is focus, okay? Focus is an acronym, follow one course until success, and your level of focus is going to determine the length of the path between yourself and your long-term goal. So if you're extremely focused at something, it means you're placing all your attention towards your objective, meaning that at that point, what's going to happen, the distance between yourself and your goal is going to be way smaller than if you're 50% focused on whatever you're doing. If you're 50% focused, what's going to happen, you're going to take routes that are not necessarily going to take in the long term as fast to your long-term objectives as if you would have been 100% focused. The second thing that's really important is commitment, okay? When you have something in mind, when you have a vision, when you have something you want to achieve, you have to be committed to achieve that goal, okay? That's really important. Your level of commitment is positively correlated with your level of focus and therefore with your level of consistency. So a lot of people say, I'm committing, and these people, most of them think that it's 50% in your mind and 50% in your actions. Well, in my opinion, that's wrong, okay? One of my biggest mentors, Kevin Trudeau, he says that 99% of your commitment level is going to be in your state of mind. It means only in your head. And what's going to happen, the other 1%, which is your actions, are going to follow. So, you have the motivation, you have your focus, you have the commitment. What's really important in that sense is that consistency is really the key to success. What a lot of people fail to understand that great results do not come extremely fast. Okay? You have to be extremely consistent on a daily basis, use the motivation you have towards your long-term goals, and really turn them into a habit. A lot of people say, psychologists say, doctors say that in order to turn motivation into a habit, it takes 21 days. Meaning that if for 21 days, you're super excited about your project you're working on, you're super excited about working towards your long-term goal, after 21 days, whatever you do, it's going to become a habit, and that's what you're going to do every single day. So it can go in positive aspects and negative aspects. You want to go to the gym and get really ripped for the summer. I'm going to talk about that later on. If you go every single day to the gym for 21 days, just force yourself to wake up in the morning and go there. After 21 days, it's going to be like a click where you're going to wake up every single morning, that any problem, just get to the gym without even realizing it. That's called unconscious competence, like Kevin Trudeau also said it in his audio called Your Wish is Your Command. And this can also turn to negative aspects. If you look at it from the negative point of view, if you're someone who's watching 2 or 3 movies a day, what's going to happen, you do that for 21 days in a row, after a certain time, your mind is going to become accustomed to really watching 2 or 3 movies a day, and without even realizing it, that's what's going to happen, and that's actually, not have that positive effects while you're working towards your goal. So, really, motivation is what gets you started, habit is what keeps you going. Jim Rohn said that. It's really, when you have the core motivation to work towards a long-term goal, that's a key essential point. And really, habit is what's going to keep you going. Okay, you might lose the motivation, you might lose the excitement, but if you turn this motivation into a habit, that's what's going to keep you going towards your long-term goal. So, I want to focus on today on 2 main examples, how we can apply this. So, first of all, the gym. A lot of people say after Christmas or after the summer, I want to get super fit for the summer. I want to look good in the Facebook photos the summer after this. And so there's 3 types of people. People A, people B, people C. Okay, people C, I'm not going to talk about. People who think that they can go to the gym 1 month before every single day for 6 hours and get super fit for the summer. I won't touch on that. But yeah, type A and type B, okay? So take a type A person, okay? That person decides to go to the gym once a week, on Saturdays, for example, for 4 hours. You have person B who, instead of going a long period of time, on one single day, decides to go for smaller periods of time, but over a longer period during the week. So person A goes on Saturdays, person B goes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but only for 1 hour a day. So what's going to happen, I'm not going to talk about health because I'm not a health expert, but I know it's always better if you go and do small workouts instead of longer one. But what's going to happen at the end of the day, person A at the end of the year is going to have done 204 hours of workout, while person B, who did every single day, went to the gym for 1 hour, spending less than 5% of their entire day working on their long-term goal, is going to work out for 312 hours over a year. That's a crazy difference, because that's over 100 hours difference, which make the difference in the long run. Same example for studying for the students here. We're in week 6. I guess a lot of people feel like this. And one thing a lot of people ask themselves is when they see, all these top students with 9.5 averages, and ask themselves, how do they do it? They go party all the time, they socialize all the time, they travel all the time. How do they actually do it? Well, these people are consistent with their work. I'm going to take an example again of person A and person B. You have person A who doesn't do anything between week 1 and 5, and at the end of week 5 they decide, okay, I'm going to start working 6 hours a day for the next 2 weeks in order to pass my exams. So what's going to happen, they're going to work 6 hours a day for about 15 days. That's about 90 hours of work during the entire 2 weeks. Person B, on the other hand, the person who's excelling, the person who has the good grades, and people look up to how does he do it? How does he manage to, handle all his life, find all that balance from studying and partying and meeting new people and traveling? Well, person B does the same thing. Week 6 to 8, what is that person going to do? 6 hours a day in the library, that's 90 hours to study. But on the other hand, what that person did for the first 5 weeks is every single day put in just 2 hours a day to study towards their exam, to put in the work, just 2 hours a day, and that's how the difference is made, okay? You put in 2 hours a day more on a daily basis from week 1 to 5, that's exactly how you can reach high levels of consistency to lead to high levels of success. So just comparing in terms of number, person A, who just does week 6 to week 8, is going to study about 90 hours, while person B, on the other hand, who studied every single day for 2 hours from the beginning up to week 5, that person will have studied 158 hours. That's, again, a crazy difference. That really shows you guys really how consistency can really drastically change the amount of time you put into something and also the results you ultimately get. So, one of the key points that I really like to mention is you have to be patient when you're being consistent with something, okay? A lot of people complain, a lot of people don't see results very fast, and I think this Kenny example really illustrates of how being patient and consistent always pays off way bigger than just doing everything all at once. And so, I read this book, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, amazing book, strongly recommend it to you, which talks about more in depth about this entire concept of consistency in your daily life. And he talks about 2 people, okay? Once again, you have person A, who's given the option to choose between $3 million in cash on the spot on day 1, or take one cent that doubles every single day for the next 30 days. Okay, so what does person A do? Person A chooses the $3 million and just goes on vacation. What does person B do? Person B chooses the 1 cent and just stays there with 1 cent in his hand. And after 10 days, what happens is, after 10 days, you have person A on vacation, having a great time spending that $3 million, and what's happening with person B? Person B is standing there with only a little bit more than $5, okay, which is a really, really small amount of money. What's going to happen up to day 20? On day 20, person A is still going to be on vacation, spending all that money, and what's going to happen with person B? Person B is going to have only a bit more than 5,000 euros, which is not bad. And it's only until day 30 that person A has the biggest advantage of having more money, but once day 30 arrives, that person B, who waited and was consistently doubling that penny every single day, will end up with more than $5 million. So that once again really shows that consistency and constant work and being patient always pays off. And really, what I really like to say is a lot of people complain about not having the results. People don't complain about things being as they want them to be. And Jim Rohn, one of my biggest mentors, always says that don't wish it was easier, but wish you were better. And a lot of people say, but how do I get better? Once again, through consistency. Why? Because when you are consistent with what you do, automatically you work on yourself, you work on your skill set, you work on everything that's focused towards your goal. At the end of the day, what you become better at what you do, and that's how you can achieve great levels of consistency and how you can achieve great results through your daily actions. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great evening.